In today's video, we'll go step by step to create mosaic art for your garden. Whether your space is a full yard, a patio, or a balcony, you'll be able to customize the size, design, and colors of this project. And it's perfect for your broken plates, cups, and mugs. Let's get to it. Welcome back. And if you're new here, my name is Julie. And on this channel, we discuss tips, tricks, tools, adhesives, materials, and specific mosaic projects, all to shorten your learning curve when it comes to creating mosaic art. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, please consider subscribing. I've said it in previous videos on this channel, and I'll say it again. Mosaic art pairs perfectly with plants and the outdoors. And when it's dormant season, or perhaps you forgot to water your plants, mosaics have a way of adding a pop of color and personality to your space. There's something about the hardness of the mosaic materials mixed with the softness of the plants that just plays off each other so beautifully. If you're interested in making other mosaic art for your garden, I'll put links here in the description card as well as down below for a flower pot video and a garden stake video. You can check them out. We've got a lot to cover, so let's get to it. The substrate for today's video is a cement stepping stone, which I poured in a previous video. I'll put the link here in the description card as well as down below so you can check it out. It's actually very easy to pour a cement stepping stone, and in that video I take you step by step as far as how to mix, pour, and release a stepping stone. Plus there's so many shape options out there, or you can make a mold of your own. If you don't want to pour your own, that's okay. You can pick one up at your local nursery center or hardware store. So once you have your stepping stone, you want to start thinking about and gathering your materials. There are a few things to keep in mind though when creating mosaic art for the outdoors. Not all materials are suitable for outdoor mosaics. Some materials will unfortunately crack over time. That doesn't mean you can't use what you have and put it aside for some other project. I just wanted you to be aware. To be sure that the materials you're using won't crack, you'll want to see if they're graded for exterior use. And you might want to bring in your stepping stone during extreme weather conditions. Later in the video, we'll discuss a way that you can prolong the life of your mosaic outdoors. For today's project, I'm using plates, mugs, cups, and tile. And for the record, they are not graded for exterior use, but I'm using them anyways. What a rebel! The style or genre of this type of mosaic in today's project is called Pique Assiette, which is French for thief of plates. It's also known as broken tile mosaics or bits and pieces, shardware, or memoryware. Pieces of glazed china are preferred, but you can also add in smaller materials such as buttons or shells or found objects. And then these items are cemented together to create a mosaic. Sounds kind of like a mixed media piece. This broken plate is the focal point of my stepping stone design. I'm going for a Jungalow meets Boho meets classic meets Pique Assiette vibe. Did you get all that? I got a lot of stuff going on in my design. The background will be this aged off-white plate with faint dark veining. The border will be a mix of greens, burnt orange, and yellows, which will pick up the colors of the bird plate. The edge of the stepping stone are uncut mini subway tile that I glued onto mesh. This saved me so much time because I was able to work horizontally on my work table, then transfer to the stepping stone. If you'd like to learn more about how to mosaic on mesh, I'll put a link here in the description card as well as down below so you can check it out. The adhesive I'm using is 4-5 thinset. This is super important. You want to make sure that you use an adhesive that can hold up to the elements outdoors. Plus, as an added bonus, I'm using tessera of different thicknesses. And so the stiffness of the thinset will help to level off the surface area of the stepping stone. I'll simply build up some pieces and push down others so that they are level. If you'd like to see how I mix up thinset, I'll put a link here in the description card as well as down below, and you'll want to go to the thinset mortar chapter of that video. Now that I've decided on my materials and my adhesive, it's time to start tiling. Let me show you what I did. I started by adhering the mesh tiles to the side of the stepping stone. I did this one day before I tiled the top. Now you don't have to do this, but it certainly made it easier for me because I didn't have to worry about knocking into them. Sides first. We'll put the grout line where the sides meet the top on the side of the stepping stone instead of on the top. Did you get that? This also gives you a little more surface area for the mosaic design on the top. So the next day I measured across the top or face of the stepping stone and included the side tiles in my measurement. Then I used a compass. Who's getting flashbacks from geometry class? And positioned it in the center and drew a line around the edge of the stepping stone for a border design. Then I measured the bird plate and found its center. Then I lined up the center of the bird plate to the center of the stepping stone. I traced the outline of the bird plate to make it easier when gluing down. I tiled from the center out, so I started on the background and kept going until I reached the border line. And finally, I tiled the border all the way around. I have one word of caution, which you've probably already been thinking about as you've been watching what I've done so far, and that is your stepping stone will be heavy, like really, really heavy. It was heavy to begin with, and then now we're adding all sorts of things like plates, cups, mugs, tiles. We're adding thinset, which is cement-based, and then we're going to be adding grout, or if you want to grout with thinset on top. So we're adding a lot of weight to this thing. It's not going anywhere, but it also is going to make it a little more challenging when it comes time to grouting. You get the idea. And now we're ready to grout. And as I just mentioned, this stepping stone is quite heavy already. So I've got it up on a Lazy Susan to make sure this part is easier. I'll need to be careful though so I don't accidentally knock it off. I'm going to grout my stepping stone in a charcoal gray grout. I think the contrast will look nice with the colors, and also I think it'll wear well in the outdoor elements. I'm using fortified grout. You want to make sure that your grout packaging is listed as fortified grout. If it isn't, no sweat. You can add a latex additive to your grout instead of water. You can also use fortified thinset as your grout. So you've got a couple options here. If you'd like to see how I mix up grout, I'll put a link here in the description card as well as down below, and you'll want to go to the grouting chapter of that video. I've mixed up my grout and I'm ready to go. I'm going to start on the top or the face of the stepping stone and then work my way out to the border and then down the side. I'm going to go in counterclockwise, clockwise motion, just pushing the grout into the openings, the cracks in between the tile pieces. Stepping stone is grouted, and I'm going to leave it on for about 10 minutes to allow it to dry a little bit, and then I'll come back and clean it off. If you've been around here long enough, you know that I generally like to use a dry paper towel to remove grout instead of bringing a damp sponge into the mix. Sometimes it is necessary, and I always keep one handy, but for today I'm going to use dry paper towels. And I go about removing the grout the same way as I put on the grout, which is clockwise, counterclockwise motions. once this stepping stone is fully cured, I will put a sealer on the grout before putting the stepping stone outdoors permanently. If you'd like more information on sealing your grout, you can click on the flower pot video, which I've put in the description card as well as down below, and that will give you so much information on which type of sealer would work best for your project. It's all grouted and I love it. This is really, really exciting. It's a color palette that pushed me out of my comfort zone and I am here for it. I'll include a list of materials with links down below in the description in case you'd like to create a stepping stone of your own. Question of the day, let me know if you're planning to create some mosaics for outdoors. Thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up as it really does help my channel, and subscribe if you haven't already. Click the bell notification so you never miss a single upload, and let me know in the comments if there's something you'd like me to cover in a future video. I'll see you soon. Bye. Well, what do you know? Video for flower pot. What do I want to say? Sound each other beautifully. For your mosaics. There's so much dust flying around. I don't want to dust. Oh, geez, what do I want to say? The local nursery center or hard? Let's do that one more time. Oh, it's so warm. If you're looking for more mosaic inspiration, you can check out one of these two videos. Until then, see ya. I'm also royal.